there are no rules to this game, and it can be played however you want.
Congratulations, well deserved. How are you feeling?
Thank you. I am overwhelmed right now. I'm flooded with emotion, and I can't believe that this is real. I really am still processing. I mean, I feel like I probably look like a deer in headlights when I came out on that stage, and I was like, oh my God, there's people, and it's the stage, and there's Julie, and I'm the winner, and there's gold everywhere. I was like, I don't even know what to say right now.
Yeah, I know you said that you thought it'd be close. Were you surprised that it was a landslide?
Yes, absolutely.
Whose vote surprised you the most? Like, who did you think you had? Who did you think you didn't?
Well, Carson surprised me the most. I really thought he would have been Todrick all the way, and I didn't expect anything less. They definitely had a closeness, and Cynthia, and it was all kind of understood that they were kind of more Team Todrick than myself. But I haven't seen any of the show, and I guess that there's some perception change there. So I don't know. That surprised me. And then Todd's delivery surprised me. I thought it was 50-50. I thought I might get his vote just because we worked so closely and as we're an alliance member the entire game. But he definitely seemed pretty miffed at the end.
Yeah. When they were voting and they were saying, you know, they were a little shady, what was going through your head where you were like, wait,
I was like,
about me?
Like, oh my gosh. I was very surprised. Let's just put it that way. I was very surprised. I was very taken back. I just want to remind people that it's very difficult to be under surveillance for 24 hours a day. And I didn't know anything about Todrick before this show. However, I feel like he is a person with a good heart from what I know inside the show. And he was a super fan of the show. I think we need to understand too, there's a distinguish between celebrity Big Brother and regular Big Brother. And Todrick, I think, played a very heavy social game. And a lot of celebrities in this house didn't really understand how the game could be played. Like, this is not real life, you guys. This is not real life. We are playing a game. There are no rules. And you are allowed to socially experiment and go to whatever lengths you want to win this game. And, you know, through all other seasons, 20 up to 23, you see that happen. But I don't think it was as well received when we're playing the celebrity Big Brother. People were playing it a little bit more like it's real life, including myself, because I didn't know that you could do it any other way.
Yeah, and you know, one of the big components is jury management, because you know they're going to leave the house. They might see some things they don't like. Do you think that's where he maybe slipped?
Absolutely. I think that people being able to leave the house and watch the videos before they come back and vote, that's also something that's not allowed in the regular Big Brother seasons. People are sequestered and they have to make their votes based off of the gameplay, because they do tell us, you know, that our diary room sessions that no other house guest will hear it, but they don't hear it until they leave the house. And I just feel like, of course, when you're playing a game, and especially somebody who is such a super fan like Todrick, and he wants to entertain too. I mean, there's an element of it that he just wants to be extra and funny, and sometimes things are funny, but not funny to you, like, or if they're about you, you know? So I just hope that people judge him for his heart more than anything that he said. And I'm confident that if there's something that he is able to reflect on and be like, you know what, that was wrong, I'm sure he will apologize and you know, fix the situation.
Yeah, I think there were a couple of things, and I'm sure you've heard a little bit, just Shayna, just some things about what she wears, and then Kirkpatrick about his son. Do you think Todrick will talk to them or reflect on those moments? Did you think in the moment maybe he went too far?
No, so I honestly only remember him talking about, what she wears, because most of the time he's like, I'm here for it. Like, she looks fly, she looks amazing. And if anything, I might have even been someone pointing out this, like, hey, like, I feel like she's playing the game in a different way. You know, she's like wearing more revealing things. And so I just don't want people to, I don't know. This is really tough. I am not apprised to all of this, and I didn't know that those two things were focal points. So I'm just processing this as I still haven't even got my phone back. So I don't truthfully know a lot of those things that have been said or how they were taken in context, or out of context, or I don't know.
Right.
I don't know, truthfully.
You won, right? But could you sense there was some tension on stage when you came out?
Yes, I could sense there was tension on stage as people were putting their votes in. And I was like, what is going on right now? I was blown away. I had no idea. And that's, I think, part of the element of surprise and the intrigue of Big Brother is that we are completely in the dark about what is going on out in the outside world. We're meeting these people for the first time. I had never met anybody in the house. I didn't know anything about anybody in the house, and except for maybe like I knew Lamar was a Laker, and that's it. Like, that's it. So I'm just playing this game with these people that I don't know, and they could be lying to me or they could be honest. And we have to just try to gauge as best we can and realize that this is a game.
Yeah, I mean, you certainly dominated the competitions. There's no question there. Do you think that first HOH was kind of a crucial one because it kind of set the tone? You linked up with Todrick. Do you think that was a big point in your game?
It was a huge moment in my game. And I didn't know if I wanted to try to fly under the radar a little bit because I knew that this game wasn't really designed for athletic people to win, in my perception, because it's a visible target. When I walk in the door and I have this presence about me that, oh, she's strong, it's the first assessment, and I felt like I had a target immediately. And I was like, you know what? There's no laying low in this. I just have to win, period. And I have to win everything that I need to win. And winning that first HOH gave me control in a sense, and it let my team formulate, and people were trying to make deals with me and were attracted to staying close to me in the beginning, or at least some people, enough to where we could control the house vote. And I think people felt like they could trust me for the large majority of the game until we got to the point where we were honest that had to come for each other, and that was okay too.
Yeah, I mean, when you guys convinced Carson and Cynthia to turn on Shayna, you must have been thinking, how is he believing this right now? Like, she just used the veto on him.
Well, so I don't know how it was shown, but I would like to clarify that Shayna absolutely was working both sides of the fence, and there's no question about that. It's not something that we made up or fabricated. She certainly was sitting in my HOH room after asking Todrick to help her come talk to me. She told me that Carson wasn't really talking to her and Cynthia, and they didn't really include her, and she wanted to be on our side. And I was like, all right, well, it seems a little whatever, but okay, we need your vote anyway, so sure. And she did agree. She wanted to be in a final four with myself, with Kirkpatrick, Todrick, and her. And she never told Cynthia and Carson about that. So we were not making up a situation. This really did happen. It happened before the feeds went live. So I don't know if that's part of this or how it's even been told, but I do want to let people know that was the truth. It was the truth, and it was Todrick who saved me. He basically was like, if somebody's got to leave this house, and if I've got to kind of turn my back on my girl based on the deals that were like, at least let me just try this last shot in the dark. So he really saved me, I look at in that situation. And I'm grateful for that, because that was the big swerve of the game where I was like, we really had to rely on the social game, and he was clearly a lot stronger in that department than I was. So just bringing that even to the attention, because I had tried to kind of bring it up to Cynthia. I was like, I'm not so sure you can trust Shayna, but she was not hearing it. You know, she was ultra loyal. I totally respect it. But Todrick was the one who was able to get through to her and be like, hey, this, just so you know. And I think it played into Cynthia's, she didn't really know how the game was played either. And so she was very upset that Shayna would do these things or say these things. She did pull Carson down, but she immediately apologized to me. So why would she say, I mean, I'm so sorry. I'm sorry. Like, why would you be sorry to me if this was your team? You were sorry to me because you told me you were going to pull Cynthia down, or not pull anyone down at all. And then you blindsided me with the Carson pulling down. And so there was very much truth to what we said. And we were just fortunate that this was a celebrity Big Brother season, and everyone prided honesty and like an upfront presentation. And when Shayna was kind of caught in the middle and exposed, man, I'm just lucky that Carson and Cynthia were like, yeah, makes more sense to get her out of the house than you. I'm like, well, great, let's do that.
Yeah, I don't think that was in their best interest, but they did it.
Yeah, no, it wasn't.
I know you're close with Todrick. Who else in the house are you hoping to have friendships with, or at least talk to when, outside the house?
Oh, I adore Carson and Cynthia. It's crazy that we were on the opposite sides of this game the entire time, but what amazing people they are. I hope to continue a relationship with just about everybody. Honestly, even Shayna, I know we will probably never be the best of friends, and there were certainly times in this game when I felt very like betrayed by her, but I look back on it and there's nobody in this house that I am judging harshly because there are no rules to this game. And it can be played however you want. And if that was her strategy, then, I am not going to chastise her outside of this house. I think that she's probably a nice person outside the house. So, we weren't the closest in there, but it's a game.